Yeah, that was crazy. The camera just cut out. I literally put the pack right down where we left off. We had just pulled a second Sacron, so I put the deck right down. The video just cut out on me. I haven't been going that long either, so that was kind of weird. So there we go. Oh, that's a foil. That's crazy. That's a foil Sacron. Whoever has a red, that's a nice hit. Look at that. Nice. Pretty cool. Wow, this is a nice pack right here. Deadwood Twins. Um, yeah, if anybody has a complaint about that, it's like, I appreciate the business and I want people to enjoy themselves and get value for their purchase. But if anybody has an issue with that, you can I'll gladly refund you your $16 plus free shipping. I don't think you will though. You can probably gather that my intention is to not. I try to pay so much attention to being forthright on the camera, and then the video cuts out. So we'll just post this over 3 videos instead of 2. I hope that works for people. I'm gonna, before I open this pack, just kind of change my position so my back can get a little bit of rest. Yeah, it's weird the amount of thought that goes into posting um, effective videos. Awesome. Sounds That's an awesome one. I pulled one of those in another deck. I only have one. I have a few of her. She's actually pretty common. So some really good card. Oh, there's a good one. I have a couple of those. That's a good card. White and blue. Whoever has that category. And that's an uncommon card, but it's a good card. And I'd like to stop and talk a little bit more about the cards, but as long as you can see them. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing another magic break, just because I tried to structure it a couple different ways, and it didn't seem to be taking. And then once I started to combine some of the categories, like I had to dump tons of cards in each category to start selling some spots, and then it started picking up momentum. I had a bunch of, I think I had about 700 hits on the eBay, which tells me that it caught a lot of interest, but I just don't know if people understand it. And I mean, for the cost of the box, it's not a giant deal to try it again, and I might just do that. Awesome. Soul Diviner. That's a very good card. That's a cool card. So I might give it another shot. We'll see. I'm gonna start stacking these over here. We'll see how it goes. I think that, and I was hoping to put a good showing so people could at least have a little bit of video reference to see how it works. I have seen a couple of the magic breaks, but they're less categories, and I like the randomization of mixing it up, and I don't want to use the word chance, but there is that part of it. It's almost like a lottery. You're getting value by spreading it out. You're getting value for your money. Like you're definitely going to hit some cards, and the way this is you're going to hit some good cards. Because there's good cards spread across the entire set. Nice one right there. Widespread Butal. I don't have this card yet. So this is black and red. Whoever has that one, that's a nice little hit. Yeah, there's some good planeswalkers in here. My buddy's trying to collect them all. All the planeswalkers, and I have several myself. I got to go through the checklist. I mean, I know which cards, and it's funny because not all the best performing cards are the highest value. Like the there's a bunch of examples in this set where the card's cool and it does a lot of cool things, but at the same time, it okay. I'm gonna change positions again. I'm just in a weird spot. I'm like reaching over things to get these. My backs are starting to get a little tight, but we're making good progress. So I think that the rarity of the card comes into play in terms of the value, and then obviously the abilities and playing planes. That was weird. That's a cool card. Just the amount of other type of plays that puts into play. So definitely comment on this. You can. I want your feedback. You can say, hey, this absolutely sucks. It's a bad idea, or I like it. Make some suggestions of maybe how it could be done differently. I wouldn't mind. I'm open to suggestions in terms of configuring it a certain way. Better equipment would help. I know I've said that a couple of times, but it's the truth. I've seen people. I think they're using it like a tripod stand in front of them, and they're in a more comfortable position because I've seen people literally sitting for hours just opening cards. I was gonna do this tomorrow. I moved it up a little bit, and the reason why I did that is because Mother's Day. I'm gonna be on duty, so I don't have the ability to. What's that? Nice. Finale of Glory. My brother was talking about this card. This is a white card. Whoever has that category just got a nice card. Another legendary Planeswalker. And that's cool too. The Planeswalkers, they're not all mythic rares, so and having opened so much of this product and this set over the past week and a half. I mean, I got my first box on a pre-release. I had it. I don't know how the gaming store got it so early. I think they bought some tournament sets or something like that. But I literally had mine about maybe 3-4 days before the release, and it was cool because it came with a promo card. It was a foil with a good card. And then you guys have been seeing the Japanese version of some of these cards, particularly, solely in foil. Just the value of the cards going through the roof. I did buy some Japanese packs. I will not be. Oh, nice. I don't think I have this card yet. Isn't it? See, this is a lot of red. I do not have this card yet. This is a Zombie Minotaur Warrior. That's a cool one. Yeah, as you see the Japanese, the values are shooting through the roof. I mean, I saw one card today. I don't even think it's in the. It should be in the regular set, but unless it's just a translation of the name or something like that. But it's literally a $600 foil card, which is pretty crazy for a brand new. But that's how popular this game is, particularly in Japan. This game's really popular. I mean, it's popular here, and I couldn't believe that. I mean, I knew it was still around. Like I saw people playing, and I go into a comic book store once in a while and see the cards out, but it never really occurred to me. And getting back into my baseball cards, I started to pay attention to this too. My brother's been talking to me about Magic on and off over the years. Oh, that's a nice one. Nice foil. Kasmina's Transmutation. It's an enchantment. That's a blue card. It's a cool card. Again, probably for the artwork. I have a few of those. It's a good card. It's a white Planeswalker. Excuse me, that's a legendary creature. So just moving through. Yeah, I like the base. I like the sport, and I collect basketball, football as well. Today I pulled a couple of nice autographs off some really cheap little hobby boxes. Not even a hobby box with 36 packs. It's like a blaster box, I guess you would call it. And there's a pitcher on Tampa Bay called Blake Snell, who he won the I think he got the Cy Young Award last year, and so it's his second year card, and I pulled an autograph card of his. Kind of exciting, nice collector piece. I haven't really gotten anything that's super high. A couple things, Oh, that's nice. Oh, there you go, Liliana. Whoever's got the black just scored. Liliana. That's a $30 card right there. I do not have this card yet. So awesome. Whoever's got the black, congratulations. It's probably the most valuable non-foil card in the deck at $30. Very cool card. She's pretty beast. So I'll protect her for sure. Right after the video, I'll put her to a penny sleeve and top loader as well. So those will ship in the top loader. I will package the cards in such a way that they ship in a box, and I will get a tracking number on this quantity. Sometimes I sell single cards. It might be a $3 card, and I'll ship it in a different way. But when we're talking about lumps of cards, I want to package them correctly, make sure they get to the destination protected, and then obviously the valuable cards will be super protected, so there's no damage that they can get in transit. So working our way through. I'm excited to build my deck. I gotta stop buying cards for a little bit and focus on what I got. So that's probably going to be my next task of the hobby, is literally just kind of spread my cut. I also bought a Journey into the Knicks. Oh, that's a nice one too. Evolution Sage. It's just a foil, cool artwork, green card. Elf Druid, like it. A lot of foils. That's a good card too. Awesome card right there. I have a couple of those. It's black card. Whoever's got black and red is killing it right now. Whoever's on that list for black, monochromatic, and red monochromatic. And obviously there's been a bunch of. Oh, I started putting uncommons in the rare stack. I'll sort all these later. I'm keeping them all right, nice and neat in front of me, so I'm not really too worried about them getting mixed up now. I'll have to spend some time, probably tomorrow night, just sorting and protecting and packaging and getting these shipped. There's a lot of work that goes into this, but to get a piece of a cool set at that cost, it's a good value for someone that's looking to get a lot of cards for a short amount of money. I think it's a good deal. So, and hey, if it gets good feedback and people like it, then nice. That's a good card too. Very good. There's another red card, just loaded. Pull Liliana. Let's see if we can get the other guy. The bolus. And I am more than likely going to probably build two decks. I'm going to focus on one at a time, and I'm also going to do like a commander versus I'll probably build a couple different types of decks as well, and then I'll change my strategy and coloration as well. So, all right, making our way. Every once in a while, the screensaver is popping up because I'm not touching the keyboards that often. I'm sure a webcam, a better webcam, would solve that. So that's next on the agenda here. So I'm paying attention to the monitor. That's awesome. Bioessence Hydra. Cool. I do not have that card yet. Yeah, the sorting part's kind of fun too, because you get to kind of see all the cards again. Not kind of, you get to see all the cards again. Sometimes you're just looking at color. But if you get the good ones separated, you can get a good look. And I like to read them, so I study up a little bit what the card does. Oh, okay. And my ultimate goal is to play some Friday Night Magic. There's a couple of locations where I'm at that do that. And I think I was playing Magic when some of these dudes weren't even born yet, which is kind of scary. Or maybe they were like 3 years old or something like that. So that's a good card. I have a couple of those. Very nice. Pull a few of that card already out of this set. So they say uncommon, but it's a little. And, truly, the Liliana and the Bolus are really. I mean, there's a couple other ones like the Khan I haven't seen too many of. I mean, you can buy them individually online, but for the Bolus or the Liliana, you're going to pay the full market value. I mean, you're not getting a break in those cards. Those are truly rare, truly rare. And then obviously you get a foil version of those, and you're doing pretty good. You're in good shape. Okay, I think we're making our way through pretty good here. I think we're probably about 30 minutes deep. Not too bad. I hope the multiple videos isn't going to be a problem for anybody. Finale of oh, nice. That's a green card. Finale of Devastation. I don't have that card. I'm seeing some of these cards. I'm like, hey, how about a trade, or can I buy this card? But I'm not suggesting. I'm just like them that much. But I would go onto eBay and buy the card outright. And I probably ain't gonna pick up a little just for the collecting part of it. But if I do have black in my deck, again, probably depends on what format I'll be playing. I think that matters a lot. So we are cutting our way through. The original intention was to do a live feed of this. There's the token, there's the basic land, and here's the nice Plains-wide celebration. Plains-wide celebration. That's a green card. That's a cool card. Awesome. But it didn't work out. I hit a bunch of bumps trying to get this thing set up to do breaks. And I guess it's, I expected a percentage of that in the beginning. I plan on doing some sports card breaks. So that's obviously I'm going to get a little bit better set up for that. But it tells me a lot of what goes into it and how much really effort and work it takes. And there's a lot to it. At first, you're seeing some guy. Oh, that's cool. Honor the God Pharaoh. Yeah, I've seen that card, but that's a cool card. You're looking at some guy, and oh, this guy's selling cards in this manner. It doesn't really make sense. There's a lot of work that goes into this. It's I don't want to say it takes because it doesn't take the fun out of it. It's really fun. But it's just a tremendous amount of work. Pledge of Unity. That's a foil instant. Solar Blaze. That's a cool card. Red and white. So out of the Knicks set, I got a couple really cards. There's the Man of Confluence. I did pull that card. There's a couple God cards that I pulled, which I was really happy with. And I'm going to incorporate those. And I did go back and I get some 2017 Masters packs, just booster packs. You get a couple cool things. I was a little disappointed with that. Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw, you know what I mean? Sometimes those particular packs just aren't loaded. As you can see, even with these, we hit some packs that are just, you have literally 3 really good cards in it, and then it might be the next pack after that might be dry. But Ignite the Beacon. Nice. Nice white card. That's awesome. I just stop and read that one for a second. So we're getting some good ones, and we're getting some cards that I haven't really seen before. So I mean, I've seen them in the card list, in the set list, but I haven't seen them in person. I haven't pulled them before, so that's pretty cool. So. And same thing with the foils too. If I pull any foils, that's a common card, but it's a foil, I will protect that as well, because those are typically, it could be like a 75-cent card regular, but then in foil it's worth $3.50. So obviously want to make sure that those get protected. I do like the Magic cards because the corners are rounded, so that's pretty smart, I think. It takes away if you get any of your cards graded. The Elder Spell, nice. If you get your cards graded, it takes away a little bit of one of the criterias potentially being bad, which is damaged corners. No one likes damaged corners. That's one of the things they look at when they're grading cards. I do have some graded cards. Nothing Magic yet. I got to be mindful when I send them in. But the Magic cards are done really well. The centering is good on them. The artwork's really good on them. They're really consistent in terms of the ink and the texture of them. They're high quality cards. They are thinner stock in terms of point. I mean, I don't know what point they are, but they're a thinner point card. But they hold up well if they're protected. One of the differences with Magic cards is they're almost like sports cards back in the days where you actually play with them. They do have the protective sleeves now, the playing sleeves, and I do have some of those. Here we go. What's this one going to be? Forced Landing. That's a foil. Green. Green's doing pretty well too. So we're getting a little balanced out. Oh, that's a cool card. Command the Dead Horde. Nice. Yeah, but you play with the cards, so they have the potential for getting a little damage. I have this card in foil. This card's not foil, but I have this in foil. It's an uncommon card. So, but you can use the proxies, which is kind of weird. And I get it. Like, you want to protect the card while you're playing, so you might have a binder next to you. Hey, I get the card right here, and you have I get it, but it's like, if I feel that strongly, whatever, I might catch some opinion about that, but I'm like, if I feel that strongly, then I just shouldn't play the card. You know what I mean? Awesome. Mobilized District. That's a cool card. I have that card too. That's a colorless land. You become a 3/3 citizen creature. Oh, that's a really cool card. I have one of those. So awesome. Nice spread. Still heavy in the red. That I think it might be. This might be just a set in general. This might be heavy in the red. A lot of creature damage. That's a cool card. Banishing Light. Yeah, I remember some of the cards that I used to have from the 3rd edition. I didn't keep any of those cards. I don't remember having dual lands or anything like that, but I had some cool creatures. I had a Force of Nature. I played with green and red. I think green, red, and white was my big deck back then. I remember having a Hydra. I remember the walls were big. I had a cool wall card that was like a 0/7 or something like that. Just kind of going out of memory. Um, Wall of Bramble or something like that. It's a pretty cool card. Nice. Here's a cool card too. I have this in foil. This one's not foil, but I do have this card in foil. I also have Finale of Promise in foil, in regular. I did go out and buy that card, Finale of Promise, in foil. And when it got shipped to me, it was a promo card. I didn't really realize it. Not that it matters too much to me. There's a wall card. Speaking of walls, um, so I wasn't disappointed. And then I pulled the regular card too, so at least I have both versions of it. I'm excited about those Japanese cards. I want to see if I can pull. And the other thing too is the con in foil in the Japanese set is worth a couple $100. In our market, anyways, their market might be, it might be probably value the same. But I think the Russian and the Japanese versions of these cards are a little bit higher in value. They're probably, maybe it's because they're produced less. There's less of them. At first, my head was telling me it was the artwork. Just changing my body position here again. But then getting to think about them, like they probably make less of them. Because whereas it's very popular. Ooh, that's a nice card. It's a foil. It's a foil red. Nice. Deadwood Butcher. That's a cool card too, right there. Nice. That's a black and red. Whoever has that category. I've seen quite a few black and reds. There's a lot of white and reds too. That's a really cool card. My brother was telling me about this card and what it does. That's an awesome card. And it's a white card and it's not a lot of mana, but it just you can couple this with a couple other things, and it's a cool strategy card. I'm not going to go beyond that because he'll probably get pissed at me for giving away his logic. But he was explaining to me what combination he was using that card, and some of the ideas that he has, and it's really interesting. And that's the thing about Magic is it's like you can have, it's just depends on the way someone thinks and how they're going to attack you, or for direct damage, creature damage. I was watching one thing today about just a guy's strategy on just draining cards and life from the opponent. Nice, that's a cool card. Which I think is a good strategy. I like to play quick. I do like some instants and spells and sorcery and whatnot and abilities. But I want to, obviously the more powerful the creature or the ability, the more mana it takes. So, having those small creatures come out quick is a good philosophy too, particularly if they have trample and flying, stuff like that. First strike, double strike. Those are really cool cards. If that's your strategy to hit early and hit often, and you kind of have to in some ways because that's a rare card, but it's kind of common. I've seen quite a few of these. I think I have like 3 or 4 of these cards, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. But I'm going to put the cards down and change my position for a second. Otherwise, your opponent can easily gain life back and counter a lot of that damage. So that's probably going to be my strategy and philosophy is to have some of that. I want to get some of that reversal going, but just a lot of direct and creature damage early and often. Try to end the match. Some people like long drawn out matches. And here we go, last pack. Good luck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. It was fun for me, you know. And like I said, leave comments. Definitely like the video, and give me some good feedback on eBay. I have really good ratings because what's this? Oh, Awakening of V2 Ghazi. Nice. That's a cool card. I have really good ratings on eBay because of how important it is for me to conduct myself. I want people to. I just think it's important. It makes a breaks you. You know what I mean? But I just feel like if you're fair to people, then you have good card karma. You know what I mean? So inbox me or leave a comment on what your suggestion or opinion of it is of this format, and we can because I'm going to be buying some older Magic hobby boxes. I'll start dipping back to 17, 13, but I'm gonna start reaching back even further than that. And obviously, in something like that, it'd be less categories. And that's it. There'd be less categories, but at the same time, you know, you'll have the ability to maybe hit some of those old dual lands and stuff like that. So I'll post those as I start buying boxes. Yeah, so that's it. I really appreciate everybody participating, and I hope you enjoyed the process and like the cards that you pulled. And I'll post these videos probably first thing in the morning. I'll send emails out with each link, the randomizer for the category and where you're seated versus the two videos. It's supposed to be one video, but the two videos because the first one stopped. I did save it though right away and then just cracked open another one. So hopefully there's no issue with that. But awesome. Listen, have a good Saturday night. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon.